You've been feeling it, haven't you? A stirring deep within your soul, a quiet fire that won't be ignored. And no, it's not just a coincidence. You are being activated, called to awaken. What I'm about to tell you might bring you to the edge of your reality. This revelation will shock you. It may even break your heart. But understand this, it's exactly what you need to hear. Listen closely, chosen one, because you are no ordinary person. You've always known that something was different about you, your light, your strength, your unshakable purpose. But God's timing is perfect, and right now, He is revealing something monumental in your life. You've been shown a glimpse of what's ahead, but the full picture, that's unfolding as we speak. What is about to happen is unlike anything you've ever experienced. Your deepest desires, your dreams, the prayers you've put into the universe, they're not just out there anymore, they're manifesting right now. But there's an urgent truth you must understand. If you don't align with the divine frequency coming your way, this immense power could overwhelm you because it's more than most are prepared to handle. This isn't just a message, it's a divine alert. The universe is speaking to you, sending you signs, signals, and you must listen. Now, if you're still with me, I need you to make a powerful declaration. Hit the like button, drop a 777 inches the comments below, and subscribe to this channel. This isn't just about the numbers, it's about aligning with your purpose, signaling to God and the universe that you are ready for the next level. You, chosen one, are about to witness a shift that will change everything. Your path is illuminated, but only if you open your heart to this truth. And if you truly feel the weight of this message, if you understand the gravity of this moment, then welcome to the next chapter of your divine journey. Now, I want you to ask yourself, are you ready for the power of this revelation? Will you accept it, even if it shakes the foundation of your beliefs? Stay with me, and let's uncover this truth together. The world is waiting for you to step into your divine calling. Let's begin. God's chosen ones, what He's about to reveal might break your heart. Now, brace yourself, because what God is about to reveal is far too important to ignore. It will hit you with a clarity, power, and urgency that your soul has been aching for. You've been waiting for this moment, waiting for the truth that will not only guide you, but transform you. And that truth is coming to you now with a force that can no longer be denied. God's first message is urgent, crystal clear, and deeply personal. You have shared too much. You've exposed your life, your journey, your victories, your spiritual revelations without restraint. While your heart may have meant no harm, the depth of your openness, the constant sharing of your inner world, may have placed you on a path you were not ready to walk. But now, God is stepping in not to punish, but to protect you from unseen dangers, from the very forces that could delay or derail your divine rise. Can you feel the weight of this warning? The very heart of it is protection, not just from others, but from yourself. How much of your life have you shared without considering the impact it could have on your spiritual journey? Oversharing may seem harmless at first. It might even feel necessary, a desire to connect, to share your triumphs, your breakthroughs, your spiritual encounters with the world around you. But every detail you reveal, no matter how pure your intentions, has the power to influence your path. The truth is, you cannot control how the world responds. And what may seem like innocent openness can lead to attacks on your spirit that will slowly drain your energy, scatter your focus, and diminish your spiritual authority. Remember what Proverbs 4:23 warns. Above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. God is not asking you to hide your light, but to protect it, to allow it to grow in the safe, nurturing environment of sacred secrecy until it is ready to shine forth in its full brilliance. But this process, this act of guarding your spirit, will not come without its challenges. You will face temptation. You will be called to share. The world around you will push you to speak, to reveal, to expose. Every part of your being may scream for validation, to show the world the depths of your journey. But this is where the real struggle begins. You are being asked to hold back, not out of fear, but out of faith. To resist the urge to overshare, to guard the precious truths God has entrusted to you. The question you must ask yourself is, what will it cost me to keep silent? Will you sacrifice your spiritual authority, your sacred energy, for the fleeting pleasure of validation, or will you trust God's timing and the process He is guiding you through? As it is written in Ecclesiastes 3-7, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be silent and a time to speak. Think of your life as a garden filled with rare and delicate plants, your dreams, your spiritual truths, your sacred purpose. Every time you reveal a part of yourself to the world, it's like exposing these tender plants to harsh winds, intense sun, and unpredictable storms. The delicate balance of nature is fragile, and just as the gardener protects young seedlings from elements they cannot yet endure, God is calling you to do the same with your life. Your garden, your soul, needs time to grow, to flourish, to reach maturity. Can you see it now? God sees your potential as a thriving, abundant garden full of promise. He sees what you could become if you are shielded and guarded, protected until your roots are strong enough to withstand the trials ahead. This is not a message of condemnation. This is God calling you to step into a higher level of discipline and spiritual maturity. Your path will not be delayed or hindered by the forces of the world, but only by your own lack of discretion. Just as the wind, sun, and rain must be in balance for the garden to thrive, so too must your revelations, your insights, your personal moments of victory be held in balance. You cannot expose them prematurely, and God is asking you now, in this moment, to hold back, to exercise restraint. The message is urgent. The timing is critical. The way you handle your personal life, the way you protect your spiritual revelations, will determine the course of your rise. In this season, God is calling you to become a master of discretion, not out of fear, but out of obedience. A garden filled with rare and delicate plants, your dreams, your spiritual truths, your sacred purpose. Every time you reveal a part of yourself to the world, it's like exposing these tender plants to harsh winds, intense sun, and unpredictable storms. The delicate balance of nature is fragile, and just as the gardener protects young seedlings from elements they cannot yet endure, God is calling you to do the same with your life. For, as we are reminded in Matthew 6:6, "But when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father who is unseen. Then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you." This is a turning point. You are at the threshold of something magnificent, but the very strength of your rise depends on how well you guard your life. Oversharing is not simply about exposing your personal life. It is about draining your spiritual energy, scattering your focus, and weakening your authority. Your energy, your faith, your focus, they are sacred gifts. When you overshare, you invite negativity, distractions, and spiritual battles that you were not prepared for. Negative forces thrive on your vulnerability. When you expose yourself too much, you open the door to attacks on your spirit that could hinder your progress. Guarding your personal and spiritual life is not about living in fear, but about protecting your divine calling. Consider the power of keeping your energy intact. Negative forces will try to weaken your influence, but God wants you to hold fast to your spiritual strength. Your journey is not about fearing the world or hiding from the challenges it throws your way. It is about knowing when to act and when to wait. God is asking you to stand in the quiet strength of patience, to trust that His timing is perfect, and that what you need will come in due season. Reflecting on this, take a moment to think about the specific challenges you've faced. Has there been a time when you chose to share a part of yourself too soon and regretted it? Perhaps you've been vulnerable with someone or something that wasn't ready to handle the weight of your truth. Maybe you felt the draining effect of oversharing and wished you could reclaim the energy you've lost. In those moments, remember that God sees, He understands, and He is asking you to make a shift to trust that the moments of silence, the moments of sacred protection, will yield greater rewards than you can see right now. In this pivotal moment, God is urging you to guard your heart and your life with sacred vigilance. This is not just a lesson in silence. It is a call to deepen your relationship with Him, to trust His timing, and to honor the divine mystery He is working in your life. By learning to shield your life, by mastering the art of discretion, you are positioning yourself for the next level of divine elevation. And in doing so, you will find that your life is becoming more focused, more intentional, and more aligned with the purpose God has set before you. What would it look like to begin walking in sacred obedience, protecting what God has entrusted to you? What will your life look like when you master discretion, when you hold your spiritual authority with the utmost care, refusing to let it be scattered by careless words or actions? In those moments when you feel tempted to overshare, remember the importance of guarding your heart and your purpose. Remember that your life is sacred, and only in protecting it will you experience the full weight of God's blessings. Your rise depends on it. The blessings you have yet to see are waiting for you, but they cannot reach you if you are distracted or exposed. God is working behind the scenes, preparing a harvest for you that will be unlike anything you have ever imagined. But to receive it, you must first protect what is most sacred to you. As you reflect on these truths, take a moment to ask yourself, how well have you been guarding the blessings God has given you? How much of your spiritual life have you exposed to others, and what might the consequences of that be? This is your time to make a decision to protect your energy, your focus, and your future. Watch what God does when you choose discretion over exposure. And finally, remember this: your rise is not a solitary journey. We are all walking this path together, each of us chosen, each of us with a divine purpose to fulfill. Share your story, not to gain validation, but to inspire others to protect their own calling and walk in the sacred strength that God is pouring into us all. God addresses you as the chosen one, the one selected for extraordinary elevation. You are standing on the edge of a breakthrough, a moment that will not just change your circumstances, it will transform your very essence. This rise is not temporary, nor is it shallow. It is profound and far-reaching, impacting your spiritual depth, your relationships, and your material abundance. God is poised to move you into a new season, a season of growth and elevation that is unparalleled. But there is one condition: He is asking you to trust Him completely. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to Him, and He will make your paths straight. Proverbs 3:5-6. This is not a mere invitation, it is a command to surrender control, to release your tight grip on the plans you've held so long, and to honor His guidance. It may feel difficult, even unnerving, but it is in this surrender that your true elevation begins. Picture a sunrise piercing through the darkened sky. At first, the darkness seems overwhelming, as if the light may never come. But slowly, steadily, the light grows, pushing the darkness back and changing the landscape in its path. That is the stage of your life, right now. The darkness, the struggles, delays, the obstacles of the past is still present, but the dawn of your rise is at hand. The people walking in darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the land of the shadow of death, a light has dawned. Isaiah 9:2. God's divine illumination will shine through, bringing clarity, direction, and opportunities like you've never imagined. Just as the sun follows its perfect cycle, your rise will unfold according to God's perfect timing. Your breakthrough is not a rushed moment of instant gratification. It is a season designed by the Creator Himself. And though the waiting may feel long, there is a profound purpose in it. Trust in His timing. His hand is upon you, shaping and refining you in ways you may not yet understand. And even in the quiet moments, He is preparing you for something extraordinary. For everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven. Ecclesiastes 3:1. But there's more to this journey than your personal success. Your rise is not just for you. It carries a weight of impact that reaches far beyond yourself. Your breakthrough will inspire those around you, heal broken systems, and create ripples that touch families, communities, and even nations. The elevation God is preparing for you will echo across time. You are the instrument He has chosen for this purpose, and He is meticulously preparing you to play your part flawlessly. This is no small thing. The influence you will carry will shape the world in ways that will glorify Him. As you step into this new season, remember that your role is to protect your energy, guard your secrets, and remain aligned with God's perfect plan. Many have fallen into the trap of trying to accelerate their rise through exposure or human strategies. They rush, thinking that faster is better, but God is reminding you that rushing will only lead to setbacks. But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint. Isaiah 40:31. His timing is flawless, and His orchestration is unmatched. Trust Him fully, for every moment of obedience, patience, and protection is strengthening the foundation of your rise. Your breakthrough will not come through striving or manipulation. It will come through trust, through a heart that listens and a spirit that obeys. When you protect your inner world, when you refuse to share prematurely what God has entrusted to you, you make space for His power to move in the most miraculous ways. Think of how the strongest tree grows from the deepest roots, hidden from sight at first, but steady and immovable. That's what God is doing in you. He is planting you deep, rooting you in His purpose, so that when your rise comes, it will be unshakable. Reflecting on this, take a moment to ask yourself, how often have I tried to accelerate my journey instead of trusting God's timing? Have I allowed impatience or the need for validation to lead my actions? Or am I willing to rest in the certainty that God's plan will unfold perfectly? These questions are essential for your growth in this season. Can you release your grip on the outcome and allow God to do His work in His time? Finally, understand this. Being chosen is not a badge of entitlement. It is a call to responsibility. It is a call to discipline, to faith, and to trust. God is entrusting you with gifts, with talents, with assignments that require careful handling. These are not to be flaunted or exposed carelessly. They are sacred, and you are called to steward them well. Honor your calling by respecting your privacy, by honoring the sacred space in which God is preparing you, and by walking in humility. For to whom much is given, much will be required. Luke 12:48. You are not rising for your own glory, but for His. Every step forward is a step in obedience to His will. As you move forward, prepare for your ascent. Prepare to rise in a way that is fully protected, divinely orchestrated, and filled with purpose. Your elevation will be more than you ever imagined, but it will require faithfulness in the small things, the unseen things. Trust that God is working behind the scenes, refining you, preparing you for something that will change everything. You are chosen, and that is a call to greatness. But greatness, as God defines it, comes through obedience, discipline, and trust in His perfect timing. Stand firm in that truth. Know that the rise that is coming will not only transform you, it will transform the world around you. Hearing difficult truths can be unsettling, and God knows this. He understands how challenging it can be to confront what may seem like a harsh reality, especially when those truths challenge our own desires or understanding. When God says, "I am sorry," it is not the kind of regret that we, as humans, often feel. It is not a mere apology, it is a compassionate honesty, a deep and unyielding desire to guide you, to warn you, and to prepare you for the road ahead. God's heart is not one of judgment or condemnation, but of love, and He knows the dangers that await those who are not willing to listen and learn. This is why He speaks to you even when the message is uncomfortable. He is protecting you from what you cannot yet see, from what could derail your blessings and your purpose. As Proverbs 3:5-6 teaches us, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. God's apology is paired with a warning, and it is this warning that must be heeded. Imagine a lifeguard pulling a swimmer from dangerous waters. At that moment, the swimmer may feel confused, frustrated, or even angry, wondering why they were taken away from the comfort of the water they were in. Yet, the lifeguard is acting with the swimmer's best interest in mind, pulling them out of a situation they cannot see clearly. Similarly, God is pulling you away from something dangerous, something you might not yet recognize as a threat. And just like that swimmer, you may feel resistance to his action. Perhaps you want to rush ahead, to push forward, to reveal more of yourself to the world, to take control of your own narrative. But God is asking you to trust his wisdom, his insight, and his timing, because he sees dangers that you cannot yet fathom. For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways. Isaiah 55:8. Subtle forces are always at work around you. These forces can distract you, delay your progress, and, in some cases, even destroy opportunities that were meant to bless you. Your rise, your growth, and the miracles awaiting you are not just dependent on your actions, they are also dependent on your willingness to protect them, to shield them from forces that would seek to undermine them. God's truth is a protective measure. His instructions are not burdens, they are opportunities for you to safeguard the blessings that are already being prepared for you. His words may sting at times, but they are designed to keep you on track, to shield you from things that could harm your journey. As you receive this truth, know that your willingness to listen and obey is an act of courage and maturity. It requires humility to acknowledge that you do not have all the answers, that divine oversight is necessary, and that your path, though guided by God, is not always one you can control. The heart of man plans his way, but the Lord establishes his steps. Proverbs 16:9. Humility is a key part of this journey, and many people find it difficult to accept that there are things beyond their control. It is easy to think we can manage everything ourselves, to believe that with enough effort, enough strategy, enough exposure, we can make things happen. But God is emphasizing that your rise, your miracles, and your destiny are too important to be left to chance or human understanding. You were chosen for something greater, and that greatness requires a deeper level of trust and obedience. This is a defining moment for your character, your faith, and your future. Will you choose to obey God's instructions even when they contradict your own impulses or desires? Will you demonstrate wisdom by waiting for his timing instead of rushing ahead with your own understanding? Your blessings, your miracles, your breakthroughs, they are all waiting for you, but they require careful stewardship, discernment, and a commitment to divine protection. For the Lord gives wisdom, from his mouth come knowledge and understanding. Proverbs 2:6. In understanding the divine purpose of protection, it's important to realize that God's love is the foundation of this warning. He is not trying to limit you, he is trying to elevate you. God is not taking something from you, he is guiding you to a place where his blessings can manifest in their full power and fullness. Protection is not about isolation, it is about preparation. By following his instructions and aligning with his will, you are positioning yourself for a rise that is unstoppable, a rise that will see you elevated, not in your own strength, but in his. God is working behind the scenes, orchestrating everything in your life to prepare you for what is coming. Your cooperation is essential. The miracles in your life are prepared, poised for manifestation, but they require your active participation. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. Romans 8:28. Blessings cannot fully land if your life remains exposed to forces that can disrupt, delay, or dilute their impact. Think of the vault where treasures are safely kept. It is locked, guarded, and protected, because its contents are valuable and need to be preserved. So too is your spiritual life. By guarding your heart and your secrets, you ensure that the blessings meant for you arrive intact, powerful, and transformative. Think of the incredible treasures God has already prepared for you. These are not just material blessings, but spiritual rewards that will shape your life, impact your relationships, and leave a legacy that will honor Him. To receive these treasures fully, you must protect them with everything you have, holding them close to your heart while allowing God to open the doors of your life at His perfect timing. As you reflect on this, ask yourself, how much of my life have I shared without considering the consequences? Am I truly trusting God's timing, or am I rushing to reveal things before they are ready? What areas of my life do I need to protect more diligently to ensure that God's miracles can manifest in their fullness? These questions are vital as you move forward in your journey. God is asking you to step into a place of trust, where your actions align with His wisdom and protection. Every moment of restraint, every choice to protect your spiritual life, strengthens the foundation for the miracles that are about to unfold. God's love is your shield, His wisdom your guide. His plan for you is unstoppable, but it requires your cooperation. Will you choose to protect what He has entrusted to you, to guard it with the same diligence and care that a treasure deserves? The rise ahead of you is great, and it will bring transformation, not only to your life but to the lives of those around you. Trust in His protection, trust in His timing, and watch as He brings your blessings into manifestation in a way that is beyond anything you could have imagined. The treasures are ready to be released, but the doors must remain secure until the appointed moment. The blessings God has prepared for you, your energy, your spiritual insight, and your personal journey are all treasures of immense value. These gifts are meant to be fully realized, but their power can be diminished if they are exposed prematurely. The world is eager to see your breakthrough, but some things are too precious to be shared before the right time. Premature exposure can scatter these blessings, causing them to lose their potency. Think of these treasures as a precious stone, one that requires the right setting, the right moment to shine in all its glory. Just as a jeweler guards the diamond before its final cut, God is asking you to protect your gifts until His perfect timing. For everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven. Ecclesiastes 3:1. The key to unlocking your treasures lies in your ability to wait for the appointed time. The readiness for miracles is a reflection of your internal alignment. Are your thoughts, emotions, and actions harmonized with God's purpose for your life? The journey to receiving miracles is not just about waiting passively for divine intervention. It also requires active preparation. God's blessings are inextricably linked to your alignment with His will. Your thoughts and actions must be aligned with His divine plan. Take delight in the Lord, and He will give you the desires of your heart. Psalm 37:4. Miracles are not magic. They are a culmination of your faith, your trust, and your preparation. Miracles require not just the hand of God, but the readiness of your spirit. This readiness manifests through intentional living, speaking with purpose, acting under divine guidance, and guarding your spiritual life with the utmost care. Consider the story of Esther in the Bible. Her rise to queen was orchestrated by God, but it required more than divine intervention. It demanded patience, obedience, and strategic timing. Every action she took was deliberate, guided by God's wisdom, and carefully protected. She didn't rush to reveal her intentions or her position. She waited for God's command, knowing that each moment was precious and required careful consideration. Her rise to the throne wasn't just a result of her actions, it was the culmination of divine timing, careful protection, and spiritual alignment. In the same way, the miracles you are waiting for are ready to unfold, but protection is essential. For such a time as this, Esther 4:14, you are called for this moment, and just like Esther, your rise requires patience, discernment, and alignment with God's timing. Finally, understand that protection is a spiritual discipline. Guarding your secrets, your plans, and your spiritual experiences is not about fear. It is about alignment with God's perfect timing. In a world where it is easy to overshare, to reveal more than is necessary, God calls you to restraint. This is not a call to isolation, but a call to preparation. By protecting your personal and spiritual life, you create a sacred space for miracles to flourish without interference. Spiritual secrecy is not selfishness. It is wisdom, strategy, and divine protection. In the same way, a skilled craftsman keeps his tools secure, knowing that their true value will only be revealed when the time is right, so too must you guard your life until the appointed time for release. The prudent sees danger and hides himself, but the simple go on and suffer for it. Proverbs 22:3. You may be tempted to share your journey with others. After all, it feels good to be seen, to receive validation, but this can often lead to distractions. There are forces both seen and unseen that may try to interfere with your rise. Careless disclosure can invite envy, misunderstandings, or even spiritual interference. As you guard your secrets, you allow God to work unhindered in your life. When you act with discretion, you honor the precious gifts God has entrusted to you. And just as a master jeweler polishes and prepares each stone with precision, God is shaping, polishing, and preparing every detail of your life for maximum impact. This careful protection ensures that the blessings you receive are not diluted or delayed by outside forces. A word fitly spoken is like apples of gold in settings of silver. Proverbs 25:11. The careful, deliberate sharing of your life is as valuable as a carefully crafted work of art. Your life, your blessings, and your future are sacred. God is shaping you with care and intention. Your role is to protect these blessings, to ensure that they arrive in full force, undiluted, and ready to create transformation. This spiritual secrecy is not selfish, it is wise. It is not about hiding away. It is about preparation, for when you guard your blessings, you allow them to be revealed in their fullest, most impactful form. Protection isn't isolation. It's about creating space for what's meant to manifest. As you move forward, consider, what do I need to keep hidden for now, and why is it important for the timing of my blessings? How can I remain patient and aligned with God's will, trusting that He is orchestrating every step of my journey? Am I being diligent in guarding my spiritual treasures, or am I rushing to share them before their time? God is preparing you for something extraordinary, and the waiting, the protection, and the alignment are all part of the process. The rise you are about to experience is not just for you, it is for those around you as well. Your blessings will flow outward, impacting others in ways you can't yet imagine. But to receive those blessings, you must be prepared both internally and externally. Just as a seed requires the right environment to grow into a strong, fruitful plant, your blessings need the right timing to unfold fully. Your obedience to God's instructions, your discretion, and your patience will determine how well you receive and steward these blessings. For the gifts and the calling of God are irrevocable. Romans 11:29. God is faithful, and He will bring to pass everything He has promised in His perfect time. The blessings are on their way, but the question remains, will you wait for God's perfect timing and protect the treasures He has entrusted to you until the moment is right? Every person you meet, every opportunity that comes your way, and every challenge you face is being arranged to maximize your growth, protection, and rise. This divine orchestration is far beyond human comprehension. We often look at the events in our lives and try to make sense of them through our own lens, but God's perspective is infinitely broader. He sees the beginning from the end, and every step along the way is meticulously designed to shape you into the person He has called you to be. This divine plan requires something from you: faith, patience, and a steadfast belief in His timing. It is easy to doubt when things don't seem to be going your way, but you are being prepared, even in those moments that feel like setbacks. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. His timing is perfect, and he is arranging your path step by step to prepare you for what's ahead. Consider Joseph in the Bible. His journey is one of the most powerful illustrations of how God's plan unfolds even when we can't see the full picture. Sold into slavery by his own brothers, unjustly imprisoned and forgotten by those he helped, Joseph could have easily lost faith. Yet, in all of these trials, he held on to his belief that God had a purpose for his life. Joseph's patience and unwavering faith eventually led him to a place of power where he was able to save nations and become a leader of unprecedented influence. You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. Genesis 50:20. Just like Joseph, your path is being arranged meticulously, even if it feels like things are falling apart. Consider Joseph in the Bible. His journey is one of the most powerful illustrations of how God's plan unfolds even when we can't see the full picture. Sold into slavery by his own brothers, unjustly imprisoned and forgotten by those he helped, Joseph could have easily lost faith. Yet, in all of these trials, he held on to his belief that God had a purpose for his life. Your role is to listen carefully, to wait with patience, and to act when he directs you. This is not a passive waiting, but an active trust in his guidance. When you surrender fully to God's plan, when you trust that he knows the way even when you don't, you unlock the power of your rise. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight. Proverbs 3:5-6. His hands are guiding you, and when you follow his lead, the power of your rise will be unstoppable. It may not happen in the way you expect, but it will happen in the exact way it needs to. The moment you have been waiting for is almost here. Blessings, spiritual, relational, and financial, are poised to pour into your life. The doors that have been locked for so long will soon swing wide open. But before the floodgates of blessings can open, there is a need for preparation. Think of blessings like rain falling on fertile soil. The soil must be prepared to absorb the water fully, or it will run off, doing little to nourish the growth. Just like that soil, your life must be prepared to receive all that God wants to pour into it. The Lord will open the heavens, the storehouse of his bounty, to send rain on your land in season and to bless all the work of your hands. Deuteronomy 28:12. Preparation is not just about physical readiness, it is spiritual and emotional as well. Your heart, mind, and spirit must be aligned with God's purpose. The moment you align yourself with his will, you open the door for blessings to flow freely into your life. To prepare your life, you must clear away doubt, fear, and distraction. These things are like debris in your life that prevent you from being able to fully receive the blessings that God is pouring out. Think of your life like a cup that is filled with debris. Even if God pours blessings into it, it will never fill. You must clear the clutter in your heart and mind to allow his abundance to fill you. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. 1 Peter 5-7. Release the things that are holding you back, unnecessary exposure, pride, and worry, so that God's abundance can flow freely. When you align yourself with God's purpose, the blessings that will come into your life will manifest in three major areas: your spiritual depth, your relationships, and your material abundance. These three areas are interconnected. They support one another. Spiritual growth strengthens your ability to make wise decisions. Healthy relationships amplify your influence. Financial abundance allows you to fulfill your divine purpose fully and with greater ease. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, forbearance, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Galatians 5:22-3. As you grow spiritually, your decisions and actions will reflect the wisdom and insight that only God can provide. Your relationships will flourish because you will be able to discern who to bring into your life and who to let go of. Your material abundance will follow because when your heart is aligned with God's purpose, He can trust you with more. But remember, God's blessings are not just rewards. They are tools for a greater purpose. The rise you are about to experience is not only for you. It will enable you to inspire, heal, and transform not only your life, but the lives of many others. Your journey is about to affect far more people than you may realize. The miracles coming your way are not just for personal gain, they are to be shared. As you are blessed, you will be a conduit for those blessings to flow into the lives of others. I will bless you, and you will be a blessing. Genesis 12:2. Your blessings are meant to be shared, and through them you will bring about transformation in your community, your family, and your world. Be ready. Receive with humility, gratitude, and discernment. God is preparing 3 major miracles in your life, each equally transformative. The first miracle is spiritual. You are about to experience a deeper connection with God, one that will elevate your wisdom, your discernment, and your ability to navigate life's challenges. This spiritual elevation will allow you to operate with faith, clarity, and supernatural insight. The second miracle concerns relationships. God is about to bring people into your life who will support, encourage, and inspire you. These people will help you grow and will elevate you to new heights. But God will also remove those who have been hindering your progress, those who have been obstacles to your rise. As you reflect on this, ask yourself, how prepared am I to receive the blessings God has in store for me? Am I ready to let go of the things that no longer serve my purpose? How can I align myself more fully with God's will so that His blessings can flow freely in my life? These are powerful questions to consider as you walk forward, ready to embrace the miracles that are coming. The third miracle will come in the form of material abundance. This is not about wealth for the sake of wealth, but the resources needed to fulfill your divine purpose. Your financial blessings will enable you to carry out the work God has set before you. You will be able to do more than you ever imagined. God is ready to pour into you, but He needs you to be ready to receive and use these blessings for His glory. Your rise is imminent, but it requires your preparation, your obedience, and your willingness to trust God's timing. Remember, everything is being arranged for your growth, protection, and rise. You have been chosen for this moment, and now is the time to step forward with courage, knowing that God's hand is guiding you every step of the way. Toxic relationships, misunderstandings, and unnecessary conflicts will soon be replaced by divine bonds that strengthen your purpose and elevate your path. You may have encountered situations where you felt overwhelmed by friction, strained relationships, miscommunication, or simply feeling misunderstood. But God's plan for your life includes the transformation of these challenges into powerful connections that support and empower you. The relationships that were once a source of frustration will be replaced by those that align with your higher calling, relationships that will inspire you, encourage you, and help you fulfill your divine purpose. As the Bible says, "He who walks with the wise grows wise, but a companion of fools suffers harm." Proverbs 13:20. God is not only preparing you for success, He is bringing the right people into your life, those who will help you rise and achieve the divine purpose for which you were created. These divine connections will be more than just surface-level relationships. They will be instrumental in the fulfillment of your purpose. The bonds you form will nourish your soul and strengthen your resolve. Your spiritual journey will be enriched by people who see you for who you truly are, chosen, loved, and destined for greatness. These relationships will not only support you, but will also create opportunities for collaboration, growth, and mutual empowerment. Just as iron sharpens iron, these divine connections will refine you and guide you along your path. Two are better than one, because they have a good return for their labor. If either of them falls down, one can help the other up. Ecclesiastes 4:9-10. In the coming days, the connections God is arranging will carry you further than you could have gone alone. The third miracle that awaits you is financial or material abundance. God is opening doors to opportunities that were once hidden, aligning resources in ways that will ensure your rise. This miracle isn't just about wealth for comfort or accumulation. It is wealth with purpose. It is the kind of wealth that allows you to influence, to make a difference, and to live out your divine calling with the resources you need. You may have wondered why things seem to be moving slowly, why the breakthroughs you've been waiting for haven't come yet. But trust that God is aligning everything in its perfect time. But remember the Lord your God, for it is He who gives you the ability to produce wealth, and so confirms His covenant, which He swore to your ancestors, as it is today. Deuteronomy 8:18. This wealth will serve a higher purpose. It will empower you to bless others, fund your divine mission, and make a lasting impact in the world. These three miracles, spiritual depth, meaningful relationships, and financial abundance, are not separate from each other. They are interconnected, working together to elevate you to your highest potential. Spiritual growth enhances your ability to nurture and protect relationships. The deeper your connection with God, the more wisely you can manage the people He brings into your life. Healthy relationships amplify your influence and provide the support you need to keep moving forward. And financial abundance ensures that you have the means to fulfill the calling God has placed upon your life. Each of these blessings builds upon the other, creating a solid foundation for the rise that is about to take place. The blessing of the Lord brings wealth without painful toil for it. Proverbs 10:22. Your spiritual, relational, and material blessings are intertwined, each supporting and strengthening the others. But as these miracles unfold, there are key principles to remember. Patience and obedience are crucial. If you rush ahead, if you move too quickly without waiting on God's timing, you risk missing the divine alignment that is taking place. Wait for the Lord. Be strong and take heart, and wait for the Lord. Psalm 27:14. This is a time to guard your life, to follow His instructions carefully, and to avoid oversharing. Every word you speak, every detail you reveal, carries weight. God is warning you that oversharing can cost you. It can delay your breakthroughs, create unnecessary conflict, and open doors to negative influences that derail your progress. The world is filled with distractions, envy, and forces that seek to disrupt the path God has set for you. Your journey, your breakthroughs, and your spiritual insights are sacred. Guard them as you would guard a precious treasure. For the Lord God is a sun and shield. The Lord bestows favor and honor. No good thing does He withhold from those whose walk is blameless. Psalm 84:11. Obeying God's instructions is the antidote to the chaos that oversharing can bring. Only speak, act, and reveal what God commands. Imagine a general giving strategic orders for a crucial battle. The success of the mission depends on following those orders to the letter. Similarly, your life is a mission, one that requires precision, timing, and divine guidance. Acting outside of God's orders risks not only the mission, but also your rise. Many people try to justify oversharing as a way of being honest, transparent, or even inspiring, but God sees beyond what we can see. He knows the subtle effects of oversharing, how it can drain your energy, diminish your spiritual protection, and open you to unnecessary opposition. The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full. John 10:10. Oversharing weakens the spiritual armor God is building around you. Your ability to maintain discretion, to guard your life and your purpose, will keep you aligned with God's plan. Just like every great leader, prophet, or spiritual figure, your words, actions, and revelations must be purposeful, measured, and timely. Think of Jesus. His every word, every miracle was strategic, purposeful, and aligned with God's plan. He spoke with authority, wisdom, and discernment, revealing only what was necessary for his mission. This principle of discretion was key to his ability to fulfill his purpose. By following this example, you too will be able to amplify your influence, protect your rise, and maintain the sacredness of your journey. Every decision you make, every word you speak, every opportunity you share, should be done in alignment with divine timing. Let your conversation be always full of grace, seasoned with salt, so that you may know how to answer everyone. Colossians 4-6. Remember that obedience to God is not just a requirement, it is a demonstration of your faith. And we are witnesses to these things, and so is the Holy Spirit, whom God has given to those who obey him. Acts 5:32. By choosing God's direction over your own impulses, you align yourself with the unstoppable power that will guide you through every challenge, every trial, and every blessing. Your words have the power to create, to influence, and to manifest realities. By aligning your desires with God's will, you ensure that his plan for your life unfolds smoothly and miraculously. Think of a musician playing from a score versus improvising. The score is carefully composed, intentional, and structured, while improvisation risks straying from the intended melody. Your life is much like that score. When you follow God's guidance and speak his words, you stay on track, creating harmony and alignment. When you act on your own will, you risk misalignment, delays, and setbacks. Which path will you choose? As you reflect on these truths, ask yourself, what areas of my life need more alignment with God's timing? Am I rushing ahead with my own plans, or am I waiting patiently for God's guidance? How can I protect the sacredness of my journey and follow God's instructions more closely? God is preparing you for something extraordinary. His timing is perfect, and his plan is unfolding with precision. As you walk this path, trust in the miracles he is preparing, knowing that they are not just rewards, but tools for a greater purpose. Your rise will not only impact your life, but the lives of those around you. Stay aligned, stay obedient, and let God lead you to the abundant future he has promised. The composition of your life, the intricate orchestration of every moment, is being carefully crafted to produce beauty and harmony. Just as a symphony requires every note to be played in perfect alignment, your life too has been arranged with divine precision. If you were to improvise without guidance, the melody would falter and the harmony would be lost. In the same way, when you stray from God's instructions, the flow of his plan for your life may be interrupted. But by following God's commands, you ensure that your life resonates with divine harmony. The results will be far beyond anything you could ever imagine. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Jeremiah 29-11. God's blueprint for your life is flawless, and the music he is composing will lead you to a crescendo of blessings, growth, and fulfillment. Many people struggle with discernment, often believing that sharing their excitement or intentions will help them achieve their goals or get the validation they seek. But God's word is clear. You are to only speak what he commands. This is not just about withholding information, it is about guarding your energy, preserving the sanctity of your rise, and aligning your actions with the blessings that are prepared for you. When you share too much, too soon, you risk losing the power and impact of the blessing. Your words are more than just sounds, they are powerful. They carry weight, influence, and energy. And once spoken, they cannot be taken back. The tongue has the power of life and death, and those who love it will eat its fruit. Proverbs 18:21. Words, when used incorrectly, can delay or distort God's plan for your life, which is why it is crucial to speak with intention and purpose. Am I speaking God's instruction, or am I speaking out of my own desire? This question is key in evaluating your motivations. Are you speaking out of excitement, impatience, or simply the desire to share your vision, or are you truly following God's direction for your life? The discipline of spiritual restraint is not easy, but it is essential for your protection and growth. Pause before speaking. Reflect on your intentions and motives. Ask yourself, am I speaking God's instruction, or am I speaking out of my own desire? This practice of discernment will cultivate clarity, wisdom, and alignment with God's will. When you act in accordance with His guidance, it leads to a ripple effect that impacts your life in profound ways. Your influence grows, your impact strengthens, and your rise becomes unstoppable. Obey the Lord your God, follow His commands and decrees that I give you today. Deuteronomy 27:10. Speaking only what God commands is your gateway to protection, power, and divine miracles. Your words have the power to create, to heal, to shift atmospheres, and to manifest God's plans for your life. Use them wisely, and you will see the extraordinary unfold. God is speaking directly to you now. You are chosen, set apart for a purpose that is far greater than the ordinary life that most people lead. This is not a casual title or a fleeting moment. Being chosen by God comes with a responsibility that cannot be ignored. It is a divine assignment, one that carries power, authority, and spiritual gifts that can change destinies, heal broken lives, and transform entire communities. But with this calling comes challenges. The path ahead will not be without difficulties. You will face trials, and sometimes these challenges will feel overwhelming. Yet, these are not obstacles. They are divine opportunities for growth, refinement, and preparation. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. James 1:2-3. Think of gold in a furnace. It is the heat, pressure, and purification that create brilliance. Gold does not become valuable without first undergoing intense fire. Likewise, your rise will require similar purification. Spiritually anointed means God has equipped you with supernatural tools to operate above the ordinary, to rise above your circumstances and the limitations of the natural world. For we are God's handiwork, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared in advance for us to do. Ephesians 2:10. You have been created with purpose and equipped with everything you need to fulfill that purpose. But it is only through the fire, the trials, that you will be shaped into the person you need to become in order to carry the weight of your calling. Your prayers carry authority, your actions have divine impact, and your presence will shift atmospheres. These are gifts to be protected, nurtured, and used wisely. Your prayers are not just words spoken into the air. They carry the power to move mountains, to open doors, and to align you with God's perfect will. Your actions are not just movements. They are divine steps that bring you closer to your purpose. And your presence, it carries the weight of heaven's authority. You may not realize it now, but you are already influencing those around you. Your energy, your words, and your spirit have a profound effect on the world. But with this power comes the responsibility to guard it. Oversharing or misusing this power could delay the manifestation of your destiny. The gift is not to be shared with everyone before its time. It's reserved for those who will handle it with care, with wisdom, and with love. You are powerful in ways that extend beyond the spiritual. Your mindset, influence, and courage are instruments that God will use to unlock opportunities and connections that ordinary people cannot access. Your life will intersect with those who are divinely positioned to help you, guide you, and open doors that will lead you toward your purpose. But remember, power without obedience is dangerous. The Lord's word is flawless. He shields all who take refuge in Him. Psalm 18:30. God is guiding you to harness your power wisely, to follow His directions, and to move with divine intent. Every step you take, every choice you make, must be in alignment with His will for your life. What is the purpose behind my current challenges? This question invites you to see your trials not as setbacks, but as opportunities for divine refinement. Are you prepared to trust that every struggle is shaping you into the person you need to become? Internalize this truth. Being chosen is a call to greatness, not vanity. The purpose behind your rise is not to make you look impressive, but to equip you to do great things for the kingdom of God. Your rise is not about self-glorification, it's about service, humility, and using the power you've been given to make a difference in the world. For the one who is in you is greater than the one who is in the world. 1 John 4:4. You are not rising for your own benefit, you are rising to bring glory to God, to fulfill His plan, and to transform lives. This requires faith, discipline, and unwavering trust in His perfect timing. Nothing happens outside of God's timing. Your rise, your breakthroughs, and your miracles are all meticulously scheduled in the divine calendar. Just as a symphony cannot be played out of order, your life is part of a grand divine symphony. God is the conductor, and every encounter, opportunity, and blessing is timed perfectly to create a beautiful and harmonious composition. There is a time for everything, and a season for every activity under the heavens. Ecclesiastes 3:1. The timing of each event, each opportunity, each blessing is intentional and perfect. Trust that the wait is not a sign of stagnation, but a time for preparation. This is your time to guard your secrets, your purpose, and your life, because the moment of your rise is near. Am I waiting patiently for God's timing, or am I trying to rush ahead of His plan? Reflect on this question as you prepare for the miraculous rise that God has set before you. Trust His timing and use this season to grow, to prepare, and to align your heart with His. As you reflect on these truths, ask yourself, what areas of my life need more alignment with God's timing? How can I practice patience and obedience as I wait for God's perfect orchestration in my life? These are powerful questions to consider as you walk forward, ready to embrace the miracles that are coming. The rise you are about to experience is divinely orchestrated. It is not just about wealth or success. It is about fulfilling your calling and purpose, using the power you have been given to make a lasting impact. Trust in God's plan, follow His instructions, and allow your life to be part of His divine symphony. Your time is coming, and it is going to be more beautiful and more impactful than you can imagine. Strengthen your spiritual connection now, and prepare yourself for the surge that is coming. Every moment of obedience you offer today multiplies the effect of your rise tomorrow. You are not simply waiting for things to happen. You are actively participating in a divine process that will unfold as you follow God's lead. Every step you take, every decision you make in alignment with His will, accelerates the arrival of your breakthrough. This is not just a time of passive waiting, but a time of active preparation. God is orchestrating every detail of your life with perfect timing, and His delays are not meant to withhold blessings from you, but to protect you. For the Lord is good to those who wait for Him, to the soul who seeks Him. Lamentations 3:25. It is essential to trust that the moments of waiting are not wasted. They are part of God's perfect plan to shield you from bad timing, interference, or harm that could disrupt your rise. The miraculous cannot be rushed. In the same way that a seed needs time to grow before it becomes a flourishing tree, your blessings need time to mature. Rushing this process would only result in an incomplete or insufficient rise. The breakthroughs that are meant for you cannot come prematurely. They must arrive fully prepared, intact, and unstoppable. For everything there is a season, and a time for every matter under heaven. Ecclesiastes 3:1. Trust in this divine timing. Even when it feels late or confusing, when doubt creeps in and impatience builds up, remember that God's timing is always perfect. Faith in His schedule is essential, even when you cannot see the full picture. You may be walking through seasons of obscurity, feeling as though nothing is changing, but God is preparing you for a complete life upgrade, one that will transform your spiritual, relational, and financial state. The Lord will perfect that which concerns me. Psalm 138:8. The rise you are about to experience is not a minor improvement, it is a total transformation. Think of the process of a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. Strengthen your spiritual connection now and prepare yourself for the surge that is coming. Every moment of obedience you offer today multiplies the effect of your rise tomorrow. You are not simply waiting for things to happen. You are actively participating in a divine process that will unfold as you follow God's lead. Every step you take, every decision you make in alignment with His will, accelerates the arrival of your breakthrough. You will hear His voice more clearly, feel His presence more intimately, and operate in levels of faith and authority that you've never experienced before. The prayers you offer will carry divine power and precision. The insight you receive will be like a light shining in the dark, guiding your steps with clarity. If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives to all liberally and without reproach. James 1-5. Your spiritual depth will be the foundation on which everything else rests. As you grow closer to God, your ability to nurture relationships and make wise decisions will increase. Relationships are key to your rise, and God is bringing people into your life who will support, encourage, and inspire you. At the same time, those who no longer align with your purpose will naturally drift away, leaving space for powerful, spiritually aligned connections to flourish. These divine relationships will create an environment where your rise can unfold without interference or distraction. Do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character. 1 Corinthians 15:33. Purification is taking place in your relationships as well. God is not just elevating you spiritually, but also aligning you with people who share your vision, who will walk with you on the path He has set before you. Financially, you are about to experience breakthroughs that will feel miraculous. Opportunities that once seemed impossible will suddenly appear. Resources that you thought were out of reach will be made available to you. The doors that were closed to you will open in ways that seem too good to be true. But this is no coincidence. This is divine timing at work. The blessing of the Lord brings wealth without painful toil for it. Proverbs 10:22. These financial blessings will be directly tied to your spiritual readiness. They will be tools, not just for personal comfort, but for fulfilling your divine purpose. With these resources, you will be able to support the work that God is calling you to do, touch more lives, and bring transformation to the world around you. As you prepare for these miracles, remember to guard your life, guard your secrets, guard your purpose, and live with intention. The actions you take now will determine how fully you receive the upgrade that God has planned for you. Your rise depends on your ability to protect the sanctity of your journey. Oversharing or acting impulsively could open doors to negative influence or drain your energy. But sharing your purpose, your divine mission, can bring the right people into your life. It can attract the support and collaboration that will fuel your rise. Think of it like a treasure chest. The treasure inside is powerful and valuable, but exposing it carelessly can lead to theft or damage. Your purpose is a treasure to be protected, but it also needs to be shared with those who are aligned with God's will. Let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Matthew 5:16. By sharing your purpose, not your secrets, you position yourself as a leader. People are drawn to vision, commitment, and faith. They will follow someone whose path is guided by God and whose life reflects wisdom, discipline, and preparation. And as you share your purpose with others, God will provide the divine support you need. Your influence will grow, and the impact of your life will expand in ways you never imagined. Where there is no vision, the people perish. Proverbs 29:18. This balance of discretion and boldness ensures that your rise is both protected and celebrated. It is through discretion that you protect the sacredness of your journey, and it is through boldness in sharing your purpose that you inspire others to join in and support the mission. God's timing and guidance will ensure that your rise is not only secure, but also impactful. You will walk confidently in your divine calling, knowing that your every step is in perfect alignment with His will. Discretion is strength. When you protect your secrets, live intentionally, and share your purpose under God's direction, you invite miracles, influence, and divine favor into your life without compromise. The prudent see danger and take refuge, but the simple keep going and pay the penalty. Proverbs 22:3. Protect your treasures and trust that God's plan is unfolding in your life with perfect precision. The culmination of your journey is here. Your time has come. The rise you've been waiting for is at hand. And while the process may have been challenging, it has all been part of the divine preparation. You are now ready to step into your full power, ready to fulfill your divine purpose, and ready to see the miracles unfold in every area of your life. God is ready to move in your life, initiating miracles, breakthroughs, and a rise that will leave a lasting impact. This is the moment you've been prepared for, a divine season of blessing, protection, and purpose. Can you feel the weight of this moment? Every prayer you've whispered, every act of obedience, every time you guarded your life with discipline and faith has led to this very point. All of it, your faith, your struggles, your victories, has been part of the grand design that God has carefully orchestrated for you. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Jeremiah 29:11. This is not just a turning point in your life. This is a divine intersection where everything you've walked through, every step of faith you've taken, comes together in the fullness of God's promise for you. God is aligning circumstances, people, and opportunities to ensure your rise is flawless. Nothing can stop it if you remain faithful and obedient. Every situation, every person, and every opportunity you encounter in this season is a part of God's divine orchestration for your life. You are not here by accident. Your rise is not random. It has been carefully crafted by the Creator Himself. And we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. Romans 8:28. This season will empower you, inspire others, and demonstrate God's glory in ways the world will not be able to ignore. People will look at your life and see the unmistakable evidence of divine favor and intervention. But in order to fully receive the move of God in your life, you must remain grounded in protection, obedience, and faith. God's plan is being revealed in stages, and He is not rushing anything. Be still and know that I am God. Psalm 46:10. Trust the process. The timing of each breakthrough, every blessing, is perfect and intentional. The key to fully stepping into this new season is to guard your life, be discerning, and not reveal what is not meant to be shared. Be careful with your words, your actions, and the way you present your journey. Every detail you expose has weight and power, and when shared prematurely, it can be diluted, misinterpreted, or even used against you. Do not cast your pearls before swine, Matthew 7:6. Guard your life carefully and walk confidently into this new season, knowing that the foundation of your rise is rooted in obedience and the protection God has given you. You have been chosen, set apart for this moment, for a purpose far greater than ordinary life. This isn't just a title, it's a divine assignment, one that carries not just power, but responsibility. You are equipped with gifts that can change lives, heal the brokenhearted, and transform entire communities. The power you carry is not just for personal gain, it is meant to impact the world around you. But with this calling, there will be challenges. There will be moments that feel too heavy, too intense, but these are not obstacles. They are the refining fire that will prepare you to carry the weight of your calling. Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. James 1:2-3. Just as gold must go through the fire to become pure, your rise will require purification, strength, and endurance. Do you trust that every trial you face is preparing you for something greater? Are you willing to embrace the refining process, even when it feels difficult or painful. This is the essence of divine preparation, the process that strengthens, purifies, and positions you for greater things ahead. You are spiritually anointed for this journey. Your prayers carry authority, your actions have divine impact, and your very presence will shift atmospheres. These are gifts to be protected, nurtured, and used wisely. If you misuse or expose these gifts too early, you risk delaying the manifestation of your destiny. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. Psalm 23:1. Trust that in God's perfect timing, every blessing, every breakthrough will be aligned with His purpose. You are powerful not just in the spiritual realm, but in every aspect of your being. Your mindset, influence, and courage will unlock opportunities and connections that were previously inaccessible. But remember, power without obedience is dangerous. The Lord's word is flawless. He shields all who take refuge in Him. Psalm 18:30. Your rise requires you to walk in obedience, to listen to God's guidance, and to follow His lead with trust and patience. It is not just about having power, but about using that power in alignment with God's will. Power used without divine direction can easily stray into pride, misuse, or misdirection. The key is obedience. What areas of my life do I need to realign with God's perfect timing? Have I been rushing ahead, trying to force things to happen in my own strength? Reflect on where you need to trust God's timing more deeply and ask for His guidance as you prepare to step fully into your purpose. Everything that is hidden right now is being strengthened, purified, and positioned for visibility. Your path has been shielded, hidden from prying eyes to protect you from distractions, envy, and sabotage. What seems unclear or confusing right now is actually part of a well-laid blueprint for your rise. Many breakthroughs occur quietly behind the scenes before they ever manifest publicly. For nothing is hidden that will not be disclosed, or concealed that will not be known or brought out into the open. Luke 8:17. Think of a seed buried in the soil. It spends time hidden, absorbing nutrients, growing strong roots before it bursts through the ground into the light. Your unseen journey is exactly like this. Your life's transformation has been happening in private, in the hidden spaces where God has been working on your heart, mind, and spirit. The quiet moments you've experienced when it seemed like nothing was happening were actually the moments when God was setting everything into place. The hidden path you have walked has also been a path of divine protection. By keeping certain aspects of your life private, God has shielded you from people, events, and energies that could delay or derail your rise. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. Psalm 91:1. What is unseen now is safe, and when the time is right, it will become visible in spectacular ways, leaving no doubt that it is of God. Am I willing to trust that God is working behind the scenes, even when I cannot see the full picture? Can I accept that divine silence often signals preparation, and that the breakthroughs I long for are already in motion, even if I don't yet see them? This is the essence of trusting the process and knowing that God's timing is perfect, even when we can't yet understand it fully. During this time of divine silence, patience and vigilance are essential. Use this quiet period to strengthen your spiritual connection, guard your heart, and remain obedient to God's voice. Avoid distractions, gossip, or oversharing. Every moment of quiet is a sacred setup for a louder, more visible manifestation of God's power in your life. Trust the process, even when you cannot see the full road ahead. God is orchestrating everything with precision, positioning people, opportunities, and resources into place. The alignment is purposeful and intentional. Your rise is imminent, and when the silence breaks, the shift will be undeniable, miraculous, and life-transforming. The path you've walked in secret will be revealed, and the world will witness your transformation. The Lord will fulfill His purpose for me. Your love, O Lord, endures forever. Do not abandon the works of your hands. Psalm 138:8. trust in the process. Your time has come, chosen one. God is moving in ways that will leave no doubt in your heart that He has been working on your behalf all along. As we come to the close of this message, I want to leave you with one powerful truth. You are in the midst of a divine transformation. Everything you have experienced, your struggles, your patience, your perseverance, has been part of God's perfect plan to elevate you, to bring you into a season of unprecedented blessings, and to fulfill the purpose He has set for your life. The rise you are about to experience will be a reflection of His grace, power, and timing. It will empower not only you, but everyone around you. Your life will become a beacon of God's glory, inspiring others to trust in His plan, even when it seems unclear. You may not see it yet, but every step you've taken has brought you closer to your breakthrough. The journey may have felt long, the waiting may have been hard, but God is moving in ways you cannot yet see. Every delay, every quiet moment has been part of His divine orchestration, setting everything into place for your rise. Remember, God's timing is perfect, and what you are walking into is beyond anything you could have imagined. Now, as you stand on the brink of this transformation, I encourage you to embrace the process. Trust in God's timing and direction, even when it feels like you're waiting. Guard your heart, your journey, and your purpose. Stay obedient and continue to move forward with faith. The miracles that are being prepared for you are real, and they are coming. Your breakthrough is imminent. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to take action today. Like this video if it stirred something deep within you, and share it with others who might need to hear this truth. Your journey is not just for you, it's a light to those around you, and your story can inspire others to trust in God's perfect plan for their own lives. Leave a comment below and let me know how this message spoke to you. What are you trusting God for in this season? I would love to hear your thoughts and your testimony as we walk this journey of faith together. And if you've been blessed by this content, please consider supporting the channel with a super thanks. Your support, whether through comments, likes, shares, or super thanks, helps us continue to spread these messages of hope, faith, and transformation. Thank you so much for being part of this community. Your presence here means more than words can express. As we close, I want to leave you with a prayer and blessing. May God strengthen your spirit and guide your path with wisdom and clarity. May His peace fill your heart, and may His timing be ever evident in your life. As you walk in obedience, remember that you are chosen, set apart, and destined for greatness. Your rise is unstoppable, and with God's hand upon you, nothing can stand in your way. Trust in Him, walk with courage, and know that the best is yet to come. Blessings to you all.